Our world today is fragmented.
Poverty, education, health, decent jobs, employment, strong institutions, land, water, sky, everything is interconnected.
These double challenges of climate change and biodiversity loss are the threat, and that's going to mean melting of the ice caps, sea level rise, fires, droughts, floods. 1 million species are headed towards extinction.
We have to acknowledge that there is an urgent crisis.
I keep asking myself, Almighty God, looking down on the world today, would He still find it very good?
Today, more than ever, we must find ways to come together, embracing our differences and holding our chosen representatives responsible.
This is precisely the moment when we need that consolidated, coordinated, whole space.
40 years plus of socioeconomic development that had no religion in the equation has proved disastrous. Today we're talking about accountability. Accountability is actually deposited in the very values of faith.
85% of Earth's population belongs to a religious community. This is the largest constituency of the human family.
Today, the world's religions are putting problems at the center of the table and discerning deeply held, widely shared care.
We are looking at common problems in the fields of knowledge, health, conflict, war. These areas do not have borders.
Since its founding in 1970, Religions for Peace has been guided by a vision of religions working together as a global family to share resources and establish in unity an approach to peace that no one religion could do on its own.
Across the religious, regional/geographical, racial, ethnic, across the different divides, Religions for Peace is the convener.
Over the last half-century, Religions for Peace has consistently demonstrated a tested and replicable approach to multi-religious cooperation.
Peace is our ultimate goal, but peace is also a process.
Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, had been under military rule since the 1960s. In 2015, the National League for Democracy, led by Aung San Suu Kyi, won in a landslide. Recently, the plight of the Muslim community of Rakhine State has dominated the international airwaves. As violence continued to escalate, upwards of 700,000 mostly Muslim refugees poured into neighboring Bangladesh. Cardinal Charles Bo, Archbishop of Yangon, and other members of RFP Myanmar who had been actively engaged on the grassroots level since 2012 invited a high-level international delegation to visit the country. The delegation delivered the Letter to the Peoples of Myanmar, carrying a call for the establishment of the RFP Advisory Forum on National Reconciliation and Peace in Myanmar.
Of course, there are painful disagreements, but we have to keep expanding that circle of dialogue among different communities.
After 2 decades of civil war, Liberia faced a daunting challenge. Poverty, displacement, and death led to a proliferation of orphanages. Teenage pregnancy and lack of education and gainful employment conspired to further break the spirit of those trying to rebuild their lives.
I was dead on the street.
I lived on the street. I was sad because of the way my life went. Sometimes I hardly ate anything for 2 or 3 days. I met a boy and we began a relationship, but he impregnated me and then ran away. I don't like to tell my story to anybody because every time I do, I feel sad and it makes me cry.
A local women of faith organization, Shaitha, with expertise from Religions for Peace and UNICEF, took it upon themselves to help young girls, pregnant before their time, to return to school, to get small loans, to build businesses, and to slowly regain their dignity.
So we organized ourselves. We thought we can put our resources together to empower each other.
So go through our daily activity.
What we will do is that every woman in the group will take in one girl each and be responsible to help her. We will take care of their babies while they go to school.
Children, family is what religion is about. How they live in harmony and how the whole family upbringing comes up.
Now, there are 60 women caring for 120 girls. That is each woman caring for 2 girls. They are all in school now.
The beauty of the Shaito Women of Faith is that they created it. They own it. It's a true example of a grassroots initiative.
We respect and honor the work of local religious communities.
Tropical rainforests are a unique and iconic element of our planet. They house 1/2 of the Earth's species, provide indispensable services to humanity, and bestow spiritual and emotional gifts, beauty and wonder.
Every element in nature, all this has life. The majority of the people on this planet have forgotten about necessity of paying respect.
The land is precious, water is precious, air is precious, everything is precious and sacred.
Tragically, our forests are disappearing at an alarming rate.
In the last decade, we've lost more forests than the entire area of France, Germany, and the UK. And since half of all species live in these forests, when you lose these forests, you lose life.
أرى أن هذه المسألة من القضايا التي يمكن للديانات أن تتعاون فيها وأن تشارك فيها وأن تضغط على أصحاب القرار ليتوقفوا عن عن إفساد الأرض.
The Interfaith Rainforest Initiative, an international multi-religious alliance, aims to bring moral urgency and faith-based leadership to global efforts to end tropical deforestation.
We are committed to protecting rainforests through the protection of those indigenous leaders who are protecting rainforests.
I think it's the need of the hour that we reimagine the earth, reimagine our ecosystem together.
When people lock arms and collaborate on serious issues, their ability to see the other is changed.
In the end, the power to effect change lies within each one of us. With our deep, abiding faith, respecting, embracing, and even celebrating our many differences, yet coming together as one to make our world whole again.